Well, hello and welcome to a new video. Today I am doing a video I haven't done in a long time, and it's my reviewing the reviews. So what I do in these videos is that I focus on one product in particular, and I go on the Sephora website or whatnot, and I check the opinions of other customers, and I see whether or not I agree with them. I either pick a product that I absolutely love, and then I go and see if someone disagrees and doesn't like this product I love, or I pick a product I really don't like, I don't understand, and I feel like I'm the only one to feel that way, and I go online and try to see, does anybody else feel the way that I do? Today it's actually a bit in between. I picked a product that I don't hate. It's a good product, but I'm also not as excited as I thought I was gonna be, and it is the Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic Swish and Glow Blusher, and I have mine in the shade Pillow Talk. This is a loved and raved about product. It's a very famous product from the brand. I must say it was somewhat of a risk for me to purchase a blush like this, because given the choice, I will prefer a matte blush versus a shiny luminous one. Sometimes I do enjoy when it's a bit satiny, you know what I mean? But this, I thought, it might be a bit too luminous for me. I'm not really into that kind of thing. But there were so many positive reviews, and a lot of people I heard saying that even if they usually don't like luminous blushes, this one was not too luminous. It didn't emphasize texture or whatnot. So I figured, why not? Also, I love all of the other Charlotte Tilbury products I've tried for the face, the magic cream, the foundation, the bronzer, everything. Not only I like her products, I love them. These are very, very good products that I would recommend. All in all, I didn't feel like I was taking that much of a risk. And at the end of the day, I'm underwhelmed. I'm a bit disappointed. Now, I know it is my issue because I was probably expecting too much. My expectations were high because I loved other Charlotte Tilbury products so much. Again, this is not a bad product. It's not a bad blush. It's just, when I compare it to my love for her other base products, I'm like, well, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really have something very, very special. So I bought it recently and I've tried using it in different ways. So you have basically an infinite number of options, I guess. So you have the exterior of the product, which is darker. Here's a swatch for you. And then you have the inside of the product, which is lighter and a bit more luminous. I don't know if you can really tell. It's not too shiny either. It's really just luminous. You can use one or the other, and of course you can also go like this and just mix the shades together, and then you get some in between. Like I said, I've tried it different ways. I tried it with different brushes to see what I preferred. Color wise, I think I would prefer to go with only this one, so then it's less luminous, and then maybe use this as highlighter, but this is not punchy enough for me as a highlight, and I find it difficult to get just the outside of the product, again depending on the brush that you use. So what I end up doing more often than not is that I just swirl it all together, and I obtain something like, well, what I have on my cheeks. Like I said, I use it. I can't say it's a bad product. I cannot say I don't like it. I will say that indeed it is luminous, but it's not too luminous to the point that it really emphasizes every line on my skin. I did put some highlighter also. It's just, yeah, again, I'm underwhelmed. So I'm on the Sephora website, and I'm going to read some reviews from other customers and see how people feel. So the product, apparently it exists in 9 shades. In France, it's 8 only, and it's $40. There's 239 reviews, and it has a rating of 3.9 stars out of 5. Now that is less than the French Sephora website. So let's just start with some very high ratings of this product. Amazing. It's a very natural color and it suits many skin tones, complexions, etc. I think this is a must-have for any beauty enthusiast. It is indeed a very natural color. It will nude, I would say many undertones of skin. It can actually look pretty on a lot of people. I wouldn't say it's can suit many skin tones, because if you're deeper, I mean, I don't see this looking very pretty on you. A must-have for any beauty enthusiast? I mean, I guess so, because I did buy it because I did feel like it was a must-have. Was it really? I mean, for the sake of having it, because it's such an iconic product, maybe, but as a beauty enthusiast, I have a lot of blushes, and there's a lot that I know I will prefer over this one. Someone says, it's my favorite blush, blends beautifully and very buildable. You can have it subtle or intense. This blush gives a natural finish and has a nice glow. Used it for my wedding. It is indeed buildable, so it can be very natural, soft, and discreet. And yes, you can build it up. If I were to build it up, honestly, I would focus then on the outside, because I feel like if I build up a blush that's very luminous, it's gonna be too luminous, you know what I mean? So I agree with the fact that you can build this up, but if you just swish the whole thing, it might look a bit too shiny. But that's, again, because I usually don't necessarily enjoy luminous blushes. Now let's go and check some negative feedback. Someone says, hate, never will I buy Charlotte Tilbury again. Ooh, she's mad. Again, here we go, just awful. First, way overpriced, and NARS blushes blows Charlotte Tilbury away. I don't like the way it applies. I find it patchy and darker in some areas and looks ridiculous. So blending it becomes difficult. And then don't blend too much or you will end up removing your foundation. Another Charlotte Tilbury product I've wasted my money on. Can't say I agree about the NARS blushes, but I guess it depends on your preference. I find some of the NARS blushes, the ones that are luminous, I find them to be very luminous. I know that the Orgasm blush that, again, everybody loves, not a favorite of mine because it is a bit more luminous that I would enjoy. And unlike the Charlotte Tilbury, which I feel is okay on the skin, the NARS one, it does emphasize a little bit more my lines and everything. So I don't necessarily agree on the comparison here. I don't find it patchy. I don't think it's darker in some areas, but I guess if you swirl it and you don't swirl it the same way each time, then you might get some spots. I don't know. I guess it depends on application. I haven't had that issue. Someone says, I loved it, but after it being in my makeup bag, which I keep pretty organized and stored on a shelf in my closet, the contents of the compact completely shattered. So now when I open it, crushed powdered makeup goes everywhere. It's beyond annoying. Maybe if I were careless and reckless with it, throwing it around, I'd understand the fragility of the compact, but I barely touched it and or got any use out of it. This is actually a concern I've read several times, both on the US and the French Sephora websites, that apparently it breaks very easily without even doing much with it. I cannot really say anything about it. I don't know. Apparently it happens. So I hope it's not going to, because indeed, if I'm going to spend that much money for a blush, it better stay intact. And someone else says, another sad disappointment. My husband surprised me with this blush since I was talking about it for so long, as I love the Pillow Talk eyeliner and lipstick. But this would not show up on me, even though I am pretty fair and have never experienced that before. I wish it worked better and thought this would be my new obsession. It does show up on me. It's indeed not super pigmented, so you might have to build it up if you want something like super intense. I agree with the last sentence, really, which is, I thought this would be my new obsession. And at the end of the day, that's how I feel about this blush. Like I said, not a bad product. Some of these negative feedbacks, I must say, I don't necessarily agree with. It's a nice blush, and I can see it being a loved product from people that just want a blush that you know you're not going to make a big splotch and a big mistake, and it's just easy to use. I'm just disappointed because, again, I believe my expectations were too high compared to other Charlotte Tilbury products I've used and loved so far. So am I mad that I bought this? No. Do I think it's a bad product that you should stay away from? No, definitely not. Again, good product. Would I recommend it to you and tell you that it's an amazing blush that I love and that you should have? No. And that's pretty much where I'm gonna leave it at. You know, it's not necessary. It's nice to have. It's a pretty blush. It's just not gonna be my favorite, and that's why I'm a little bit disappointed. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my channel because it's free, so why wouldn't you? And I will see you guys next time. Bye.